good afternoon. Gina coming to you live from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, where I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And it is Friday, January 24th, 2025. And welcome to today's class. Today's class is going to be about the Wildflower Celebration Birthday Workshop Kit. And with this class, we'll be doing 6 alternative pages to the kit, scrapbook layouts, and 5 cards that coordinate with the set. So when you guys pop on, say hello, tell me where you're coming from, and we'll get going. I will make sure I'm where I need to be. Oh, I turned my volume off. Here we go. So welcome, happy Friday. I'm excited to be here. Lots going on. It's January, and of course January is sale-a-bration time, the best time of the year. Hello Karen, welcome. So sale-a-bration means we get free goodies during this time of year, and it's also a great time to join my team, whether you would like to be a discount shopper or maybe you want to do as a little side hustle. So hello Angelique. So sale-a-bration, I'll tell you a little bit about it. Sale-a-bration is for every $60 that you spend, you can choose products for free with every $60 purchase or $120 purchase. And there's a booklet on that with items that are available for selecting. Some are stamp sets, some are paper. If you spend $120, I believe there's a stamp set with dies, ribbon, gems, all sorts of goodies. So while you guys are popping on and saying hello, let me tell you what I've got coming up for the month of January, which we've only got about a week left of January, and I've got a little bit of February ready, so I'll show you guys what we've got coming up and we'll go from there. So let me see. Deanne, welcome. Hello from Michigan. Emily, Leslie, Mary, Novak, you got your calendar. Welcome, welcome ladies. So here we go. You guys are going to see a little bit of my calendar here. So what do we have coming up? So of course we have the workshop that is tonight. Let's see, I'm going to try to do this in order so you guys can follow along. We have the in-person scrapbook. I'm doing this class actually in person tomorrow morning along with the January scrapbook class. This is the January scrapbook class. Kits are available. So we'll be doing this in person tomorrow, and I will be live next week, Wednesday, the 29th at 10 o'clock, and we'll do this live. If you would like kits, kits are $26 plus shipping. Please reach out. And then we have Morning Create. Morning Create, we just make 3 beautiful cards and chit chat while we make those. So our Morning Create cards, we're kind of focusing on Valentine's Day a little bit. Got my cards messed up. No, I don't. Yes, I do. Okay, so Morning Create. Whew. We'll put those aside for now. Morning Create, we've got these 3 cards, so we kind of focus on Valentine's Day, bringing in the hearts of elegance, sending love, and the Bumblebee punch and stamp set. There's also a new stamp set that coordinates with all of this that is so exciting, and that one has a workshop kit with it. And of course, as we are little bees in this hive, that set is Christine's favorite color, which is purple and bumblebee, so it's the perfect set to play with, and that's going to be our workshop kit for next month. So how the workshop kits work, it is a product-based class. So with this class, you order a certain amount of product and you order the workshop with it. If you have it already, you get to order that amount of product. So this month's kit is a little more expensive, so the cost is $72. But remember, if you place a $72 order using my current host code, you're going to also be able to pick out a sale-a-bration item also. So keep that in mind when ordering the workshops. Next month, I don't remember how much the bee kit is and I'll let you guys know about that, but that'll be next month. Okay, so we have Morning Create. I'm kind of all over the place today. Hello, Sil and Mary. So that was Morning Create. Let's do, I have Card Buffet coming up. I haven't done a card buffet since, I believe, November. That is going to be in person and on YouTube next week, Saturday. So I'll be live 8 o'clock. And then we'll be doing in person at 10 o'clock. So these are your 6 cards. Now how a card buffet works is you get to make 6 cards. I should say it varies. So card buffet, what does a card buffet mean? Just like what it means with food. You get to pick and choose which cards you want to make and how many you want to make of each card. Here are the 6 cards. That works for in person only. In person, you'll be able to pick how many, whether you want to make 3 cards, 4 cards, 5 cards, 6 cards, 7 cards, 8 cards, whatever you want to do. And you can pick 2 of this one, 3 of this one, 1 of this one. However you want to do it, you can mix and match. That's in person. Those of you who are going to be live on YouTube with me, you will get to make all 6 cards. So you'll get 1 of each one. I haven't been brave to try just taking orders for a certain amount of cards and feeling like I might not screw up somebody's order by sending the wrong cards. So it's just easier if I send all 6 to you, and then I know everyone has what they need to make their kits. Maybe in the future I will look at that, but for now, that's how we do the online. So online you get all 6. It varies in price. 3 cards is $19, 4 cards is $22, 5 $27, 6 $32. Now for those of you joining in person, of course you can place an order and get the cards for free. And for those of you online, if you would prefer to place an order, you can do that. Now remember, when you place the order, you get the cards for free plus. So if you're doing 3 cards, you're going to place a $60 order, you're also going to get a free sale-a-bration item. So keep that in mind, because the more the merrier, right? Okay, so I'll let you peek. Here are the 6 cards once again. This class is next Saturday. And the one thing I forgot to say about Morning Create is in January here, I changed it up a little bit, and we are going to be doing this both in person and online. So you can join me either place in the Hive. Both in person is in the Hive and live will be here in the Hive. I'll be live from 9 to 11, and then the in-person will start from 11 to 1 for Morning Create. Okay? And then I have a couple kits left from the January technique class that we did. And the January technique class was focused on coloring techniques. So we use the Morning Create, or the Morning Mixed Media. I was talking about Morning Create before. Mixed Media. And we did watercoloring, we did blends, we used the brayer, and we used colored pencils. This kit is $22. If you would still like a kit, please reach out to me by tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday, January 25th. So if anyone would still like a kit, I'm cutting kits tomorrow. Or I cut these kits already, never mind. I cut these kits, but I have a couple kits left. I'm cutting other kits tomorrow. And I also have February's scrapbook page done. And this class, I have a lot of dates going on here. So this class is Wednesday, February 26th. Now this class, I use the classic DSP that comes with the sticker pack, but it also comes with all sorts of, it has 2 pages of die cuts with it. And this was part of the die cut. So this won't be a part of it. I'll have balloons that I cut out for you. There'll be a cake. So I'm going to modify it a little bit, and just kind of replace some of the elements with something else. But this is the basic layout for next February's scrapbook page. And this once again is $26. You guys can take and let me know what you would like to order. Reach out if you have any questions about any of that. Hello, Susan. So I'm going to I think that's all I've got coming up. right now I am working on the technique class for February right now. We're gonna work with reversible stamps, and I'll show you guys some tools to play with that. So let's get stamping because we have lots of stamping to do today. If you have any questions about any of the classes, please reach out. One thing that I do ask is that you guys please go over to my Facebook page and follow and like me over there. That is where I keep everything updated as of right now. Christine does not do any of that for me. I do that on my own. It's Glitter and Ink with Gina. So you can find me here. If you've got questions, you can message me on Facebook, you can email me, you can call me, and this is my current host code if you want to place an order. This letter here is an R, I kind of oopsied on that. So if you have any questions, like I say, please reach out. So, who's ready to stamp? Birthday Wishes Kit. It comes, here's the instructions. Wildflower birthday kit. Here, I'll show you guys. And it comes with, that's the one thing I wish they would put on these. They don't actually tell you what all comes in them, but there's like, oh, I think six sheets of DSP, and then you have, I want to say 6 pieces of the two-tone cardstock along with white in there. It comes with this sticker pack. Now my stickers are missing because you'll see them as elements on our pages. So it came with these, our little, I'm gonna say like little icing tracks here. We got some leaves and another one in pink. And this is the sticker sheet. So you get some dies and you get a sticker sheet. And this is the sticker sheet that comes with this kit. Such pretty colors. We got peach pie, pretty in pink, soft seafoam, old olive, pool party, and I love that they put a splash of blueberry bushel in here. So these were the layouts that Stampin' Up! Created for you to make with these kits. And my what I like to do in these classes is show you different ways to use the kits. So we're actually going to start off with our cards first. And I'm going to open this up. How many of you have played with these scrapbook kits? Anyone? I would love to know what you guys are thinking about the kits and how you feel about them and how are you using them yourselves. I myself find that they're really great at for new stampers, whether they're a scrapbooker or a stamper, because everything is pretty much included, minus the stamp set. Okay, so you got dies, you got cardstock, you got everything. So these are 5 cards, and these were, for those of you who were here for the escape, this was the suite that I had for the presentation, or I shouldn't say the presentation, display board. This is the set I used. So I based my cards off of this, and now I altered them a little bit because the DSP packs are, there's different paper in the DSP pack versus the kits. They're similar, but they're not exactly the same. They may have a few of the same papers in there, but they might be slightly different. So the packs of the DSP actually have gold foil accents on them, where the workshop kit does not. But like I said, very similar papers and stuff. Polly, you say you're really enjoying the scrapbook kits. That's good to hear. Now, are you using them? Oh, you've created cards with them. Yeah, so the possibilities with these are pretty endless. Okay, so this was the card on my display board. Now, the great thing about this particular DSP pack is that it has all of these different types of elements, from cupcakes to cake pieces to balloons, flowers, different die cuts. So it is really great for making cards. So we're going to make this card here. And like I said, this is the difference between, this is the workshop paper here. Same basic floral image, a little bit smaller floral print. And then this one, I should open it like this. And so you got the gold foil accents here. So that's the difference. They're very similar, but they are slightly different. Okay, so we've got a piece of blueberry here. Standard card 4 1/4 by 11, scored in half at 5 1/2. And then this one is 4, and I feel like it's 10 3/4. And then scored in 2 different spots, and I don't remember those exactly, so I won't say them out loud here. Okay, so this piece here is going to go on the front of your card base. Okay, then we're gonna open it up, and this is the back of it. So it's got like your little cake design on it. And I will say it's kind of hard to tell which way your flowers should go, but I feel like when you turn it around, you'll see that I feel like one way looks better than the other, but that's personal preference also. Okay, so now we have our circle here. And we have a piece of blueberry bushel that's going to go on the front of our card that we embossed here. So what's everybody up to this weekend? Anyone got any big plans for the weekend? Please tell me it's more enjoyable than what I'll be doing. I'll be working on my taxes. Not something I enjoy doing, but it's got to get done. Okay, so I have a die cut circle. So with this kit, you also get from me, so you order the kit and plus whatever extra that you may need. You order the kit from me, but then I send you extra things. I'm going to send you all of these cardstock pieces to make the cards, and any extra cardstock die cuts that we use in the layouts. Plus I'm going to send you gems, I'm going to send you ribbon, and anything else you need to complete the projects. So on top of your order of the kit, I will send you extra bonus things. Okay, we're gonna put dies or dimensionals. Actually, I'm not going to put dimensionals on this. I was going to, but I'm going to just put it down. You only want to place glue on the bottom portion. So you're going to place it like so. You're going to place it like that. And then we have a label that I cut out in the pink, and we're going to stamp it in blueberry bushel. I think I'm messing with this, oops. Here is a tip for all of you. Ouch. I just whacked my knee here. You see how my photopolymer stamps are kind of falling out of the case? You can see this one actually slides back and forth. All you have to do is, I'm going to take it over to the sink here. Add a little bit of soap. And make sure you have the strainer in your sink before you do this so you don't accidentally, especially the little ones, don't accidentally send it down the drain. I might have done that. And then it sticks. So now it's no longer sliding in my case. So if you ever find that your photopolymers aren't as sticky and they don't want to stick to the stamps or the blocks or in the case, that's all you have to do. Wash them up a little bit with some soap and water and they will become sticky all over again. So we're going to stamp happy birthday here. I need to wash all of them actually because they're all losing their stickiness. Okay, so we're gonna adhere our label, and I'm actually gonna bring a little piece of twine. So there's 2 ribbons that can be used or that will be included in your kits from me. We have this beautiful gold twisted thread and this open weave gold mesh ribbon, which I absolutely love. So, but I'm just going to take a little bit of this thread here and put it behind, or I think I'm going to make a bow. That's what we'll do. We'll make a bow. We're going to pop up our sentiment. Like so. We'll make a double bow here. I don't know if any of you saw on my Facebook page, my husband, I wish I would have recorded it. He was so sweet. He was helping me out in my craft room and helping me cut kits the other night. And he decided he was willing to learn to make a bow with the bow maker for the first time. And oh gosh, you know, his hands are big and you know, the thread is little and he's like, how do you hold this thing? And it was quite funny watching, but he did it and he made a beautiful bow. But he did say, because I told him, I said, you're hired. You can make all the bows for my kits. And he was like, no, thank you. He'd rather die cut. So I don't have a bow maker, but he did say he would die cut for me, so I'll take that too. He's a good sport. So shout out to all the husbands who support our crazy crafting and are willing to pitch in here and there and help out. So I'm just going to put our bow here. Cut our ends off. And then we're also using, these are the gems you will get in your kit that coordinate with this whole suite. And these are the party dots. So they come in peach pie, pool party, and pretty in pink. So we'll add a few gems. Yay, Glenn. I would say I was really proud of him. He's used to working with, you know, greasy, oily. He's a mechanic, so, you know, he's used to good sturdy parts, and this fine twine here was not calling his name at all. Okay, so we've got card number 1. We just need to complete our inside. So we've got happy birthday, and we'll put make a wish. I love the font with this set. I think these are so much fun. And then we're gonna put, I love this little banner too. This little banner here, like so. And I'll bring in Pretty in Pink. I lost my scratch paper somewhere. Here it is. I set it over there instead of keeping it over here. And then we'll do another one stamped off. Oh, I better not do it. When you stamp off and you're doing partially on the page, you always want to re-ink your stamp, because you'll have lines that are dark that weren't necessarily all stamped. So I'm going to stamp off and put another one here. So just like that in the corner. Angelique, big question. Did you become a bee? Okay, so here's our first card. So it stands like this. And so this is the difference between the card that was made using the regular DSP pack and the card using the workshop kit. So very similar, just slightly different. Okay, so card number 1 in the books. Card number 2. It's official, yay, congratulations. I am so excited for you. Angelique officially is a demonstrator. She's a Be Happy Stamper, so welcome, welcome. We are so excited for you. Okay, this card too. This was using the DSP, and now we're going to use the workshop pack. So very similar, but slightly different. So you can see this uses the gold foil, and this is just, you know, pattern paper. So that's the difference between the DSPs. So we're going to make a little cute card like this. So this is 8.5 by 5.5, and we scored it at 1, 2, and 5. So when you fold it, we folded the half part like we normally would in a card. Going to take the next score line and go up and bring that final panel down. Hello, Gail. Welcome. How are you this evening? And then we have some Pretty in Pink matte that we're going to put under our DSP. Now make sure too that when you glue your DSP on to your card base, that both of your papers are going in the same direction. Or your pattern, I should say, is going in the same direction. You'd hate to have your scallops, one going up and one going down. Okay, and Angelique, you feel like you are in the right place, right where you belong. That is so good to hear. That's the great thing about our stamping community. Everyone has a home here. So that went on the larger flap, and now this is going to go on our little skinny panel out here. Now, when you join either my team or Christine's team, there's added bonuses this year. With sale-a-bration, they always add more to the pot. So normally when you sign up to be a demonstrator, it is $900. You order $125 for $99. This time, during this time of year, they're adding additional to that. So you have the choice, you have two options. On top of $125 of product ordering, you can also order, or they will give you 2 sets of markers, which I believe each marker set is $35, and there's a stamp set. So you can either pick that bundle as additional to your $125, or you can choose to add an additional $30 and pick out whatever you want. So 2 options for you to pick from when becoming a new demonstrator during sale-a-bration. Okay, so we have a piece here that is 6 by 3, scored at 4 1/4. So what you're gonna do, and we put a piece of pretty pink on here. What you're gonna do is glue, put a little bit of glue down through here. Hello, Julie, welcome. A little bit of glue here and center this onto your card. Okay, then you're gonna take, I'm gonna make sure I didn't move that. I did move it, so it's a little bit crooked. Let your glue dry a little bit before you just flip it over and get carried away. Then I'm just going to put a small strip of glue right through there. And with my card all closed already, all you're going to do is flip that over and press it down. Okay, so that when you open your card then, this is how it looks from the side. And that's why you only want to put a little strip of glue or a piece of tear tape on that very edge. You don't want to put glue on this whole panel. Okay, so it's going to stand up like that. And then in the I have one cut out already that was on the sticker sheet. Not sure where I put it, so right here on your sticker sheet is this big cake here. We are going to put that on the center of our panel. And of course, I'm going to pop it up because everything's better popped up, right? Okay. And I could have maybe embossed this. I didn't think there would be this much cake actually. I thought the cake was gonna take up more of this. So I'm actually gonna add the piece of floral DSP to this because I have extra paper in my kit here to help take up that space as soon as I find my kit. I've got so much stuff here right now. The counters and that are overflowing with stuff. And I know I have a little piece in here. Oh, I found my sticker, guys. Look at that. So this measures, let's see. So we're gonna cut this at 2 3/4 by 4. I don't think I've ever used this little one before. I don't own it. I think it was one of those things that it sold out before. So I said 2 3/4 by 4. I'm all about using up my DSP here. Okay. Ooh. That's what happens when you have a sticker and it sticks to everything. Okay, so we're gonna add a little bit of floral. So you'll see a peek of this coming through. Not a lot, but just a peek of it. Decide which way you like best for your flowers. Okay. Then we're gonna put our cake on. There we go. And then we've got these cool words that we're gonna glue together. I cut out celebrate. So we got a little bit of gold and pretty in pink. So what's everyone's favorite stamps bundles in the new catalog or sale-a-bration catalog? Anyone have any favorites? I would say this is probably one of my favorites. This was the first one that called my name when looking through the catalog. And we'll bring in some dimensionals. We're going to cut some of these. And I'm just going to take a little edge here and cut a tiny little strip to put on our C. And how has the weather been for everyone? We have had some very bitter cold weather. My kids were definitely praying for some snow days to not have to go to school, but they luckily already had off Monday for Martin Luther King Day, and it was the end of semester, so they already had off Monday and Tuesday, so they didn't get a snow day. But I know a lot of schools in the area were closed because we had like -30 wind chills. So I'm over winter already, we'll just say that much. So I glued those two together and put them on the center of my cake. We'll add some gems. There we go. So we have the front of our card done. And of course you can wink a Stella up everything. And then we have a white piece here for our inside. So we have celebrate, and I think we'll just go with happy birthday for this one. And I'm going to stamp birthday first because it's big and bold, and then we'll put the happy on there. And then there's this cute little flower. That we'll put in the corner. So I stamped 1 full strength and 1 second strength. And then there's 2 ways that you could do this. You could just put this on the back of your card, like so, or you can put this on the inside where they open it. And I'm going to put it on the inside. So you have 2 options. So there we go. Ugh, I put it in the wrong card. So anyways, I'll have to make another one, but these are 2 cards. This is the workshop kit, and this is using the DSP. So both very similar, but yet slightly different. Okay, card number 3. Is based off of this card that I used doing the DSP. So they had these tags that were included in the kit, or in the DSP pack. So they had 1 tag in the workshop kit. So we did something very similar. And I actually took the tag. The tag was just like this. Oops. Just like this, but the Merriest Trees, I believe. It's a Christmas stamp set. The dies had a tag in it, and so this was the tag, so it looked just like this. But I used that tag, and I actually cut it down a little bit. You could keep the tag this way, because when you get this kit, you're going to use your tag however you want to use it. So you can keep it this way. And what I did, what I originally did, is I cut a piece of DSP the same length as this and then just snip the corners. But then I decided to use the tag die, and I cut out 2 tags instead, and we're just gonna overlap these just like we did on this one. So I have a piece of soft seafoam, pretty in pink matte, and a piece of white that I embossed. So we'll layer these all up. And I'm going to put dimensionals on these. And the nice thing in these kits is they do mark what each project piece or sticker, what project it was used for. So I'm going to lay this one down first, and then I will lay the next one down. Actually, I need to grab ribbon first. I had a roll of pink ribbon, not quite sure where it went off to. So we will just use this gold ribbon. I don't know where it went. So we'll run it through like that. And then we're going to take our twine take a little piece like this, take your twine, wrap it around your ribbon and tie it in a knot. This is always so much easier if you have someone that can help you. So I'm going to tie it in a knot here. Okay. Now we can place I'm actually going to angle these just slightly, but making sure that I cover up my hole on this one. And making sure that they're kind of centered in the centered in your cord. Okay. I thought I took all those off and I didn't. So we have that so far. We got a cute little cupcake that was from one of the projects. And I was gonna do, I'm gonna take a little bit of Pool Party. You should do this before you put everything on, but I'm just gonna swirl on with a blending brush. Now my ink pad needs to be re-inked, so it's going on pretty light, so I don't have to tap off too much, but I just put a little bit of blue on there. And then I'm gonna bring in my Wink of Stella. And I love doing this to my cards. It makes a little bit of a mess, but just gonna splatter on there, but you have to make sure that your Wink of Stella is not running dry. Oops, I'm making lots of noise here. Okay, so now we can put our cupcake on. And we're gonna bring in, oops, our happy birthday. This is from Something Fancy. And I believe this label is from one of the holiday sets. Like that. We will make a leather little bow with our thread. And I'm going to make a double bow. How many of you love your bow maker? I don't know that I would make bows if it wasn't for a bow maker anymore. I mean, I would make them, but not like I do now. Bring in a glue dot. Trim up our ends. And then we can finish up with some gems. And I will touch up the inside. I'll keep things moving because this class does take a while, so I won't keep you here all night tonight. But here we go. So we got 2 cards, very similar, but slightly different. So that's card number 3. Card number 4. Had this really great, I think it's like a 3x4 floral image on it already. So it was really easy to just let this pretty label do most of the talking. So we've got blueberry bushels, some peach pie, and another piece of blueberry bushel. So I am actually going to take our mesh ribbon here and I'm going to place it along the center. And flip it over. And then flip this over. So there we go. We added just a little bit of extra sparkle to our card. Make sure your tear tape is down. We'll add this to our card base. Then, this is our little 3x4 card that came in the kit. We're going to adhere this to a piece of blueberry bushel. You could choose to stamp on it, or we have that word celebrate again, and we're just going to put that across it. You could add a circle in here with a sentiment. However you want to do this. You go through a lot of dimensionals, but I love to add that dimension to my cards. Okay, we're going to use our Wink of Stella and sparkle up our celebrate. So Angelique, you are going to have to scrapbook your journey using the new honeybee workshop kit. My glue's not coming out. And you only need a little bit, otherwise it oozes out everywhere. The other great thing you could use is you could cut this out with adhesive sheets, or we have the sheets of dimensionals too that you could easily cut this out with. Okay. And we'll get dimensionals out. I love my dimensionals. If you guys can't tell, we use them on everything. As Christine would say, once you pop, you can't stop. Angelique, you knew I would do it. I knew it. I knew it. I'm about to bring all of you guys over to the dark side of scrapbooking, right? Not only will you be card lovers, you will be scrapbookers also. And I'm going to encourage my team members here to get the bee collection too, because we're all going out. Who's going to Raleigh? I am so excited. I know Karen, you're going. Yay. And Angelique, you're going to be there. So I'll be able to see and meet many of you that I get to see your names, but I don't always get to see your faces. So I'm really excited to see and meet many of you. I think I'm going to add these to my flowers. And maybe we'll take this and we'll make a bow. I knew you would love that collection, Angelique, seeing purple is your color. And I love that there's dies with it too. Those dies, if you guys have not seen the bee workshop at the catalog, there's also lots of bundles in the scrapbook brochure. Now the scrapbook brochure is not in a catalog form. It's not in a paper form. You can view it online and you could print it off yourself if you would like. I like to have a paper copy. That's just my personal preference. But you can view a lot of this in there. That's where your scrapbook stuff is. And there's some, like I said, there are some beautiful bundles in that scrapbook catalog. And the bee set is one of them. So it's very similar to the bee, is the Be My Valentine. And this one's called Meant to Be. So very similar looking bees. I'm not sure though if has anyone gotten that set yet, the Meant to Be, to see if the bees in that set coordinate with the punch or if it's just the dies, if the bees are bigger. It's hard to tell. I thought I had ordered it and I didn't order it, so I need to order it so that I can do the workshop class for next month. I ordered 2 of something else, so. And I think there's, it's called Everyday You and Me in that collection, and that has a really beautiful stamp set and dies with it also. So here is card number 4. Very simple, very basic, but I love all the bold colors in this one. Okay, our final card will be a fun fold. We've done lots of fun folds this time. Okay, so this, I'm not sure. Oh, Angelique, the sizes are in between on the bees. Okay, good to know. Got some fun flaps here. So you can make this your card. You don't have to turn it into a regular card base. You could just have, you know, a front panel, and then we're gonna add these extra panels, or you can have these panels like they are, and then open it up like this inside. So we're gonna modify this one, very similar to that one, but slightly different. Okay. Did I bring my instructions? Yes, I did. So we got a 4 1/4 by 11 base, right? So we have a square piece that is 3 1/2 by 3, and one that is 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. So this one is 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. You're gonna score at 3 1/4. And fold it over. And this one's the 3 1/2 by 3, and we're gonna score on at 3. Okay, we're gonna adhere these. Decide which way you want your DSP to go. And they're gonna wrap around your DSP like so, okay? And they're gonna overlap. So put your scored flap on the back here. So fold over like this. Then you're gonna bring your other flap in. And go like this. Okay, so you have your 2 flaps in. Now we'll adhere our DSP. So I'm gonna put a cake DSP down here. And we're gonna do the frosting DSP up here. And then this gets glued to our card base. Okay. So we're gonna stamp Make a Wish on the bottom. And then we're gonna do a little bit of stamping and a little bit of fussy cutting. I'm gonna bring in our pool party, and we have that banner stamp in this kit. And make sure I clean it off. And I just have a scrap here. Like that. our little flowers. Need a little strip of white, and we'll stamp those in our peach pie. So we're going to do a little bit of fussy cutting, not too much. We've got a few leaves here we can stamp. And I'm just going to put them on one block because they're both small. And we'll bring in our old olive. So we're going to fussy cut all this. I probably should have done this before so you guys don't have to watch me fussy cut, but and when I fussy cut, I do leave, or I attempt to leave a white border. Some people don't like to leave a border. They prefer not to have that white border. That is your personal preference. I'm not a big fan of fussy cutting, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, right? Has anyone seen any good movies on like Hulu or Netflix or anything like that? The plan is for when I get home, it's going to be movie time and popcorn. Anyone have any suggestions? We just watched, what was it called? Back in Action. It had Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz in it. That was pretty good. We watched that last weekend. Or TV series? Anyone have a TV series they enjoy? Hubby said he'll have the fire going, and the kids said they want popcorn tonight, so I think that is the plan for tonight. Emily, you like Outlander. My girlfriend said that the other day, and I've not watched any of that, so I thought about that. Does anyone watch, not for kids though? Okay, that's good to know. Anyone get into the, what is it? The Bridgerton series. Anyone love that? We just actually watched, it was a show my daughter started watching, and I'm not quite sure how she even got into it. It's an older, I think it was said it was from like 2016, Designated Survivor, which ends up being a little bit of kind of like a political show, you know, a president and how he gets picked to be president and his journey and all of that. And that's actually a pretty good series. It has Kiefer Sutherland in it. Okay. All right, we're all done fussy cutting. We're gonna pop up our label. Angelique, you love Bridgerton. Now, there's a book series with that, correct? Okay, so we're gonna add our little banner label here. And then, of course, we're gonna pop up this little banner. Oops. So replace our banner like that. And they have these cute little, I'm not sure what you call these, but little dangly. So we're gonna add that in here. We use a dimensional with that. Not a dimensional, a glue dot, sorry. So pop that in the corner. We'll add our little flowers. I'm gonna put one. I'm gonna glue one down and then I'll pop up the other one. Did I lose my precious little leaf? I think I lost my little leaf, guys. I did all that fussy cutting and he's gone. Oh, wow. So we'll add our leaf. Like that. Okay. Then we can stamp our inside. So we're gonna put happy birthday. And we'll bring in our peach pie. As Miss Janet would say, peach pie. Little flower in the corner. Maybe we'll put another one in there. There we go. And this is gonna go down here. And like I said, this can be the inside of your card and you can just use this as a stand-up, or you've got this, and you can open it like a traditional card too, and you could put it inside in here as well. And then on my original card, I had another piece of DSP. So you add some gems, add a little bit of twine. This was a flower actually from the kit, and then I fussy cut some of the leaves out and these flowers. So that's how you finish off this card. So here I place another piece of that DSP on the inside. Okay, so card number 5, all done. So we're done with the cards for now. On to scrapbooking. Who's ready for some scrapbooking? I know Angelique is. She's so excited to start scrapbooking. I'm going to clean off my stamps because most likely I'll get ink on my pages and then they'll be ruined. And that will be sad. So we'll clean up my mess a little bit and make room for all of this scrapbooking we're going to be doing. Too bad I couldn't clean my room this fast, right? Just wipe everything down and call her good. Okay, let's see how I have this in order. I have no clue. I just grabbed things, put them in piles, and off I went. Okay, so we're gonna start off this is our first page. We'll put this aside. So, in your kit comes a piece of 12 by 12, pretty in pink, two-toned, and white, okay? So what I did, I'm gonna show you a little trick so you can save some of your cardstock because, you know, we all like to hoard our paper. But if you see on the back here, I actually cut out a big square out of the center because I didn't want to use up all that cardstock. So I'll show you guys how I did that. And we're going to cut this white piece. Oh, here's my little leaf, guys. This white piece down. This is going to become 11 by 11. So we're going to take an inch off of two sides. Now what I'm going to do with my pink, now this would not work with a guillotine cutter, but it's perfect with our Stampin' Up! Cutter. So I know that that's 11 by 11, and I probably didn't need, I could have made this bigger, but that's okay. I wanted some sturdiness with it too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out a 10 by 10 square in the center. So what you're going to do is you are going to, there's all your lines up here. You're going to stay between 2 and 10, okay? So right here is 10 on my thing, and I'm going to scroll this all the way up to the 2. I'm going to flip my paper around. That isn't right, because I didn't have my paper right. Okay, we'll be fine. All right. So I have this on the 2-inch mark, right? Now we're gonna have it at 10, and we're gonna go to 2. I just stuck my paper in before. Wasn't paying any old attention to what I was doing. So now I probably wasted some paper, but that's okay. So I've got this on the 2, It's on the 2 down here, and we're gonna go down to the 10, flip it around, put this at 2 inches. All the way up to the 2. Flip it around, put it at 2. Okay. So if you did what I did the right way, you have one giant square you get to use, but you know, sometimes I just do things and don't think about the long-term, I guess, effects here. So technically, pretend this is a square and there's not a line in the middle, okay? So now you have this extra piece to do whatever you want with. So there's a little paper saving for you. Okay, then I'm gonna adhere my white piece. So I'll just go around like so, and adhere. I make mistakes on camera so you guys can learn from me. So I do it all on purpose, just so you guys all know. Okay, so we have this, and then where'd my baggie go? I had a baggie. Here it is. It's hiding underneath. We have 6 3x4 pieces of cardstock. And we're going to lay these out like so, center them, do all of that. See, Emily, I'm glad to hear that you make mistakes also. I think that's what we all do. We make mistakes. It happens. We learn from them. Or we end up doing something completely different than what we originally planned. And sometimes you come out with something that turns out really great. So I'm going to use dimensionals and pop all of this up. And you'll see some of the DSPs in the pack don't have a second side to them in the kits. So that's something a little bit different in the workshops versus the kits. I have 4 on that one. Okay. So then what I'll do is I'll do my 2 outer pieces on the bottom, and then I'll do my center piece. So I'll do my bottom row first. And there's a lot that comes in these kits. So I made all 5 of these cards and pretty much all 6 layouts twice, so 12 layouts. with the DSP and cardstock. Now I needed extra white cardstock and another, like I think I have blueberry bushel in one of the other layouts, and I still have lots of pieces left over of DSP in that you can play with, but you can get a lot out of these kits. Okay, then we'll go and add these up here. Oops, gotta take the backs off though, guys. They should invent something that just sucks off these dimensionals right off the backs and sucks them all up so you don't have them everywhere. I had on a sweater the other day, and I don't know if it was the material or what it was, but or if the static in the air maybe, and the dimensional backs were just all over my shirt. I couldn't get them off, so I sat there just kind of picking at them for a while, and I told my husband I was leaving them there so he could see how hard I was working. Okay, so we have all that. We're gonna take some of this beautiful mesh ribbon and we're gonna lay it across the top. Oh, I probably didn't need that big of a strand of tear tape, but and you can like take and twist this up a little bit if you want, just to kind of keep it a little more together. Okay, there's that. Then we have our stickers. So we have special day on here. So I'm going to pull off the special day. I think you guys spend more time looking at me putting dimensionals on than anything, right? Put special day up here like so. We'll add some dimensionals today. Anyone have anything exciting they're gonna do this weekend? Like I said, I'm doing taxes, so I'm not too excited about it. Lots of paperwork stuff for me. Okay. stay there. Looks pretty straight for the most part, so that works. We're gonna put a mat on here, pool party, for a 4x6 photo. I'm kind of just centering it on here. And then I cut out a bunch of circles. I have a 1 1/4 circle punch here that I use to cut out a bunch of circles to make balloons. That is one thing that I feel like was missing from this set. I feel like you gotta have balloons with a birthday set. I love balloons. So we're gonna put dimensionals on just a few of these, and we'll glue a few of them down. Ooh, a fresh sheet of dimensionals. It won't be when I'm done. Okay, so we'll bring in our glue. Actually, we're going to bring in our tear tape, and we're going to bring in the twine, the gold twine, and we're going to make some little strings. We're going to make a bouquet. Of balloons. Okay, so I've got balloons. I'm going to glue these down. What's for dinner on a Friday night, everyone? I think my family's having fish and fries tonight. And then I'm just layering my balloons here. Put my little threads, tuck them behind some of the balloons. I didn't need a thread for this blue balloon, but actually I am going to just take this off because it will be in the way. So there we go. We made our little bouquet here. We'll make a little bow. I guess I should have paid better attention. So your strings, your thread should be at least 2.5 to 3 inches long for each balloon. So we'll take a glue dot and we'll just kind of gather up our strings here. And then we'll add our bow. Then you can cut your strings so that they all look similar. So here's page 1. Of course, add some dots. I added a bow right here. So there we go. Okay, so layout number 1 done. I need more room over here, guys. All right, number 2. Got a piece of white, and I believe this is 3 by 12. Add this to the bottom. And then we have a bunch of mats here. We have, these are for 3 by 4 photos and 4 by 6 photos. And we'll glue these down. Now, always too, when you make these at home, feel free to move your pictures around according to whether you need them to be vertical, horizontal, etc. I've realized that I take a lot of horizontal pictures and not many vertical. Does anyone have a preference as far as what they do with their photos? Do you take more of one than another? Okay, we've got a banner here again. We're going to pop that up and put that on top. What do you guys like to use as far as size goes for scrapbooking? Anyone have a preference? Do you like to scrapbook with 4 by 6s? Do you prefer to use smaller photos and get more on a page? Do you guys have a preference? I'm putting a few pieces of tear tape because we're going to put a little bit of thread twirled up here, and all I do is I take it, wrap it around my fingers a few times, and then I'll just kind of twist it here like so. So I make a little bit of a figure 8, and then this is one of the floral stickers that go with the set. So I'll just add that. that. We'll nip our edges of our ribbon. And then also in the kit was die cuts. So you had a sticker sheet and you had die cuts. So in the die cuts was this really large cake. I don't have a second cake because I didn't order a second kit. So I only have bits and pieces left. But so you can put that cake piece right in here and add dimensionals to your flowers and to your cake. And that's how you finish off this page. Okay, so that's page number 2. All right, page number 3. We need a piece of white cardstock. We're gonna need our trimmer again because you need 2 4x4 squares. So this is a DSP that I chose. So you're gonna take these squares and I'm gonna cut them both at the same time, and you're gonna cut them in half so you end up with triangles. Okay. And then you can lay them out. Make sure that your triangles, your pattern, whatever pattern you decide, whether it's the stripes, is going all the same direction. And I probably didn't line up my papers right, so I didn't have my stripes both going the same direction. So what we can do, we'll see if this works. We'll flip things around once, see if that changes. No, it doesn't. So anyways, these are gonna go this way, and these are gonna go this way. What'd I do here? Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm making more mistakes up here. I can't get my stripes matched up, so we're gonna go like this, guys. Ay, ay, ay. My husband would be laughing at me if he was watching me right now. Because I did this the other night when I made them, and then I said, oh yeah, I gotta cut my stripes the same so that they end up the same. And here I am on camera doing the same exact thing that I did that night. So we're gonna do opposite corners maybe. I don't know. Anyways, that's what I got, guys. You get the gist, don't use the stripe paper. Okay, what we're gonna do is to the bottom of these triangles, we are going to add a strip. This is just a 1/2 inch scrap strip. To the ends of my DSP. I'll blame it that it's Friday and I'm tired and so. And I'm leaving them longer than this because I'll show you, they come out here, so you don't want them to stop where your triangle stops, so they won't be long enough for your paper. Okay, so now you're going to glue these down. Like so. Line them up in your corners. Okay, here we go. Oops, I didn't get that one to the top yet. Okay, so now you're going to flip this over and cut off all of the excess. But before I do that, I'm going to make sure that all of my edges are glued down so that they don't come off. Okay. Whew, that one was a lot of work, guys. So now I'm just going to take my snips along the edge here and just cut them off. So you have all these little extra scraps here. Okay, so you have 4 really pretty corners. Just don't look at the pattern, guys. Okay, and then we have 3 mats. So we're gonna put a 4x6 in the middle and 2 3x4s on each end. Are you guys hanging in there with me? I've been here, we've been here almost 2 hours now, so we'll center that the best we can here. Better make sure that that I've left room on both sides here. Looks like it. Now, as always, you can lay your layouts out any way you want. This is just to give you ideas as to different possibilities of the things that you can do. And just with a little added cardstock. Now, you wouldn't have to add this cardstock because you get 2-tone 12x12, and you could use that as your cardstock. But I do like to add just some extra pieces here and there. Got some leaves in here. Left over from the sheet of die cuts. So I will pull those out. And we're gonna go glue these down. And then we have a large sticker, floral arrangement. That will stick in the middle. I feel like the heat's kicked up in here. It's getting warm in here. And we will add that. Like so. Of course, I'm gonna fill it in with some Wink of Stella, add some dimensional, or not dimensional, some gems. And here we go. That's how we finished it up. So you can see my leaves and my flowers glisten. I added some centers to it. You could add a little strip of, so they have these tags in here. This is actually one long strip, but you could cut these off and add dates or a sentiment or a name in here, and you could stick it underneath one of these photos. And then I didn't use these this time on a card or in the layout, so you could always add these too. You could cut this apart and make hooray. You can make a long strip, and this is one thing that I found is different in this kit than in the past kits that they had. The past kits, these strips were actually only 11.5 inches long, so they only came to about, you know, here, and now they go the full length of the 12 by 12. So that is really, really nice that they, I don't know if this was an intentional design or what they did this time. So that's really nice that this is actually a full 12 by 12 strip. I struggled in the past with some of these strips because they weren't a full 12 by 12 to add to your scrapbook page. So I ended up using them on the cards. I didn't use it at all this time, but they are there to use. Okay. So what are we on? Page number 3, number 4. Okay, hang in there with me. We got 3 pages left. So I didn't have an extra with my original page here. I used this green checkered. I didn't have any left by the time I made the cards in my other kit. So this is just whatever was left over in the kit. So we're just using the stripes on this side. And we're going to take our mesh ribbon and we're going to make it just a little trim border that goes all the way to and fro. And then I'm going to cut it in half because I just want a little bit of this peeking through our paper. Just to add a little something, something. Okay, we'll bring in our tear tape. So I'm going to leave about 1/4 of an inch border, roughly. They're so, I did this on a card. I actually used this ribbon on a card and actually made it a white background and used the ribbon to make a background with it. So I laid, I think it was 2 layers it ended up being of this ribbon. So, you know, it made a complete background. So I did that for a card. I also took a bunch of this and wound it around the bow maker a few times and tied it in a knot in the middle and made a pom-pom out of it also. So lots of different ways to just use this ribbon, and it's so nice and pliable when using it. So it's really easy to make bows and tie knots and things like that. And I feel like some ribbons are great for that, and other ribbons maybe don't tie as well or just aren't as pliable as others. So I really like the fact that this is nice and pliable. Okay, so I added that little bit of gold just to give a little bit of a border. I'll cut off the excess off of the ends here. I'm not going to quite center this. I'm going to lean it off to one side more than the other. I think I'm just going to leave them on because I don't have to worry about pulling up any of the ribbon. So this is a 6 by 12 piece of DSP. And then I switched it up from the original layout that I did. We brought in a little heart here. And instead of using pink mats, I used green ones. So that's gonna go here. So we got a 4 by 6, a 4 by 4, and a 3 by 4. And you can glue these on or use dimensionals, whichever is your preference. I'll glue some on, I'll pop some up. I like to change it up a little bit. I'm going to pop these 2 up. And you know, people say, well, why do you put dimensionals on? Because you just put it in a book, right? And they're going to go flat. I don't. I feel that you can still see the dimension when you put this in an album. So I like to add the dimension. I like to add texture because I still feel that you see that in the page. When I was so excited, I had an order come in this week and I ordered the flip flaps. So who's excited to play with flip flaps? Because I have not played with those yet, and so I'm pretty excited to get those out and play with those. And for those of you who don't know what flip flaps are, they are like a clear, they're like a page protector, but they're small. They're made to put extra photos in. So they're little pockets that you can put your photos in. And instead of having one photo here, you could have multiple photos here. So I'm very excited to play with those. So they have this really cool "Love This" sticker in here. And going to put that over our heart. Has anyone played with the flip flaps yet? Just curious if any of you have played with them yet. Okay, and we're going to put this on our heart here. And then we have I think there was another sticker sheet in the other set. There must have been 2 sticker sheets because I have more florals in this. Oh, these were dies. So I shouldn't say die. They're like ephemera pack. So there's an ephemera sheet where you punch out all this stuff. So I added these floral images here and a couple of the leaves. And that's what I did to finish off this page. Of course, added some gems, some Wink of Stella. So that's basically the difference between the 2 pages. I just used different DSP. I used different colors for the mats, and I had floral images up through here, okay? All right, we're on to our last 2 pages. So I pulled out so they have a coordinating pack of 2-tone 12x12 cardstock that complements the set, and you get 2 of each color. So in this pack it came with peach pie, pretty in pink, pool party, old olive, soft seafoam, and blueberry. And so I added blueberry to this because I didn't have any more 12x12 cardstock from the kit. So this is an extra DSP that's a different DSP in the pack that isn't in the original DSP pack. So this paper here only comes in the workshop. This is not a sheet that comes in the regular DSP pack, and neither does this polka dot paper, which I love this polka dot paper. So I didn't have it, so I changed up my design just a little bit. I'll get rid of all my notes here. So like I said, this is going to be similar but slightly different, okay? So pull out our pieces. I think I have the wrong baggie here. Here we go. Okay. So for this sheet, we have a piece of 6x8. That's gonna go here. So you're gonna put 2 4x6, or I should say slightly larger. I want a white border, so you're gonna put, let's say 3 3/4 by 5 3/4, 2 photos here, okay? We have a 2-inch piece of the DSP. That looks upside down there, so we'll put that here. And I cut 2 1-inch strips from, so you got 2 pieces of peach pie 12x12. So I cut a 1-inch strip off. So this is 1x12. And I'm just gonna tear this, okay? And when you tear this is the fun thing about this 2-tone paper, is you get this nice white border here. So I'm gonna add this to the edge of our floral DSP. How many of you are liking this new DSP. I'm just curious. I shouldn't say DSP, it's cardstock. How many of you are enjoying using this two-tone cardstock? There are so many cool things that you can do with this cardstock. Okay, and then this can get glued onto your left side here. Like so. Okay, and then I'm going to adhere this down. And we'll center that roughly. Okay. Then we're going to take some of our beautiful gold weave here, and we're just going to lay a strip of this all the way across. Like so. What would be really nice when doing these videos is if like I had a rotating, or I had my chair in the middle of like a circle table, and I could just go from project to project and have them all set up, and everything would be together for each product and each spot, and then I wouldn't have to worry about the mess I create along the way. Okay. So we got a piece of ribbon here, we've got our mat down. In this pack you have this little die cut piece here. I'm just going to place that down through here. Actually, I'm going to do it like this. Okay, so this is going to go on the bottom of our mat. I'll cut off the extra. Then you have a piece of gold. I believe this is a 1-inch strip, and a piece of peach pie. I'll make this a little bit shorter. And I'm cutting up the middle and then going in on 2 sides to make my banner in the end. So just make a little slice there, and then bring in corner to corner, and then you have this cute little banner. And the same thing with the gold piece here. I hear noise outside. I hope I didn't park Christine in. I thought she had left for Florida already. I hope when she comes back, she brings us some beautiful weather. Anyone doing any winter vacations? We're gonna put this in the center up here. I know a lot of people, a couple of my co-workers, one just went to Hawaii, another one's on a cruise, another one's going to Cancun. Anyone else doing anything fun and exciting like that? I'm gonna stay here and fight the bitter cold. Okay, then we have the Celebrate sticker here. We'll add dimensionals. I feel like that's all I do tonight. Add dimensionals. Should be like a fa la 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 song, right? Okay, so we have Celebrate. Now this does not have to be, you know, I know it says, you know, Celebrate, and it looks like it, you know, the title says birthday in it, but really these pages could be anything that you want to celebrate. It doesn't have to be birthday. So I put a bow here. I'll do that later. I'm just trying to move things along for you guys. It's been over 2 hours here. So I finished up with a bow. There was this die cut floral, so I put that in the corner. Added my dimensionals, my gems. Okay. And that's how you finish up that page. And for our final page, here we go. Very similar to the last page that we did. I'm not going to completely put this all together because you kind of saw what I did on the last page, and I don't have all the pieces here because I'm out of pieces. So I'm going to finish this up with some different die cuts and things. But I just wanted you guys to see how to do these layouts. And I know these videos can get really, really long. So we're going to do the same thing here. You're going to take your piece of peach pie. You're going to tear this. Put it on the edge like we did on the last sheet. Okay, so you're going to have that torn edge. So you're going to put that here like so. You're going to have your white piece down here. This was a piece that I cut out, and I cut this out of the middle. Okay, and this is what I use. So you're going to have another 4x6 photo here, and in here, excuse me, was this die cut for journaling. So that I just wanted to put a little bit of border up and use up that space in through there. So you're gonna put that journaling piece on here. We're gonna have this down here. You have blow out the candles in the kit. So what I did is I cut my banner in half, pulled it apart so that I had a piece that poked through. You don't have to cut it apart, but you don't see it's about the same size. So I cut it apart to make it longer and extend this. And then I put this down. So we got that here like that. Then I put the blow the candles up over the top. And then I had this die cut balloons here. And then there is this little flower piece, and I put that kind of like together, the balloons together. I put that over there, and that is how I finished the final page. So in just over 2 hours, so 2 hours and 15 minutes we got here, we've made 6 scrapbook pages, 5 cards. So we did a lot of really cool things, different ways to use the kit that what Stampin' Up! Designed it for, making it our own. And so here's our final pages put together, everything complete. Add your gems, add your bow, Wink of Stella. Don't forget your Wink of Stella. Here are our 2 other pages. Now, when you get this kit, you also get a tutorial because you have to cut your own DSP for these kits because you're ordering the kit and putting it all together. So you do have to cut these pieces of DSP, and I talk about that in my tutorials. And like I said, I always include these extra pieces, the gems, the ribbon, any extra die cuts, mats, things like that. And here is our first set of layouts. Okay, so here we go. So 6 layouts. You have so many photos that you can put in here. And just think, technically we made 12. Now you could make 12 completely different ones, but you'd have almost a whole birthday party done, or anniversary party, or the start of a graduation. So many things that you can do with this. And then you created 5 cards. So we have our 5 cards. And like I said, I used a lot of the DSP to make both sets of layouts. So there's quite a bit in these kits that, and with just a little bit of cardstock, it goes a long, long way. So this kit you can order for $72. If you don't have the kit, order the kit in that $72. If you have the kit but you have other things that you need to order $72 worth of stuff. You're going to get a free sale-a-bration item, plus you'll get the extra make and take packet from me, and you have to use my current host code, and then I will get all this stuff shipped out to you. And don't forget, I got a lot more classes coming up, so I'll just review that really quick, because some of you were not on when I showed off everything that is coming up for the next week or so. So we'll bring this in again. I'll go through it really quick. All right, I still have, okay, my cards are messed up just a little bit here. I still have a few kits of the January technique class. If you let me know if you would like a kit. I have a couple kits left. This was all about coloring using the mixed floral. So we did watercoloring, watercolor pencils, blends, and the brayer with this. 4 cards for $22 plus shipping. Then we have these adorable little cards. This is Morning Create. I'm doing this in person and live on Monday. You can join me in person from 11 till 1, or I'll be live here from 9 to 11. Emily, I am not on every week, but I do 5 classes here. So I do a Morning Create, the workshop class, a scrapbook class, the technique class, and I usually throw in one other class. So I have about 5 classes a month. If you would like a schedule, reach out to me. I can email you a schedule or send one in the mail, or send me a message on Facebook, and I can get you that. My schedule is also located on the Cards by Christine website. And this is where you can find all of us on here. I know Julie teaches classes, Diane teaches classes, we all teach classes here. And so if you go to the Cards by Christine page and you click on her, here we go, on her calendar. So if you click on find an event, or not find an event, sorry, I'm thinking of something else. Go to resources. If you hit resources, there is a 2025 calendar or schedule, but the calendar on here, it's all color coded, and we each have a color. I'm orange because orange is my favorite color. Christina's purple, Diana's blue, etc. And all of our classes are listed. And Christine has other things on here too. So there's that. And then if you go to the schedule and you scroll through, mine is the last page and it lists all my class. Now, one thing to note is Card Buffet was scheduled for February 8th. We had to switch some things around. Christine had to move some things around in the schedule. So Card Buffet is this upcoming Saturday, or I should say the following Saturday, so the 1st. So it was moved up a whole week. So February 1st, next week Saturday, is the Card Buffet. So Card Buffet, let me get those cards for you guys. I'll get back on my comments here. Card Buffet. Card Buffet is 6 cards. When you're in person, it's like a buffet when you go out to dinner and things. You get to pick which cards and how many you want of each card. And based on how many you want is the price. So it goes from $19 and up depending on how many cards. If you make all 6 cards, it's $32. Now you can pick 2 of one card, 3 of another, 1 of another, however you want to do it in person. I have kits all made up. And then you guys can just, I tell you to pre-order, so let me know in advance what cards that you want, whether you want all 6 or 2 or 3 of whatever. But for those of you online who want the cards, you're gonna get 1 of each card. You'll get to make all 6. And here are the 6 cards. Look at this, and this is using all sale-a-bration items. So sale-a-bration items are items you can earn for free with a $60 order or a $120 order. So for every $60 you order, you can pick an item. So this was a stamp set. So Friendly Seagulls is one of the stamp sets that you can get for free. So we made one with that. This is the DSP pack that you can get. It's a 12 by 12 DSP pack. This is a 6 by 6 DSP pack that coordinates with a suite, was it Terrific Toadstools in the catalog. This is also free DSP with a $60 order. So this is 6 by 6 also. This is a stamp set that you can earn for free. So it's like a birthday stamp set. It says congrats, happy birthday, things like that. And I added a few extra pieces. And this one is with a $120 order. You can get this stamp set and framelits with a $120 order. So it cuts out this beautiful heart, some florals, some foliage, got some labels in there. So all of these cards are based around sale-a-bration. And like I said, you can pick and choose for those of you in person. It'll be next Saturday. I believe I am on YouTube from 8 till 10, and then the buffet, the in-person version will be from 10 till 1 o'clock. So you can RSVP for that. You have till Friday to RSVP for this class, especially if you're going to do in person. I usually have a few kits left over after a class that you can get kits after a class too. And then I also have next week, Wednesday will be our scrapbook class, and we just make 2 layouts, and I went with the Valentine's theme for this, and we're using the Hearts of Elegance, the DSP, and the hearts and stuff from that suite. So let me know if you'd like. These kits are $26, and then our scrapbook page for the month of February. So this will be at the end of February. We're going to be using the suite that we used today to create this. I am going to have to substitute a few things. This was with the DSP pack, not the workshop. And I made this for my display that we had for the Creative Escape. So I will have to interchange this, and I'll punch out some balloons. And I think I have enough cakes left over from an extra kit that I have. So y'all get a cake, and the paper will be the same. I just have to change out a few of these elements, but there'll be something similar. Like I said, I'll cut out the circles again, and you'll have balloons. So this is February scrapbook layout. So that is what I have coming up. Also, technique class for February will be, we'll be using reversible stamps. So we'll work with a stamp set that we can do that with. So, Oh my goodness, thank you for sitting here for these last 2.5 hours with me. I really appreciate all of you spending your Friday with me. If you have any questions about any of the classes or questions about any of the techniques I've done or things that I've used, always feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to answer any of those questions. And what helps me grow in my business, I appreciate you guys sharing my videos and sharing them with people. And like I said earlier, Facebook is the best place to find me. That is where that's the platform I use right now. Eventually I'll move to my own YouTube channel and things like that. But as of right now, this is kind of what works for me. So, and Christine has allowed me to very kindly use the space, and I appreciate her doing that for me. So anyways, go to my Facebook page, Glitter and Ink with Gina. That's where I update things. That's where I post photos of classes. Like I said, Facebook, email, call me. Those are all different ways that you guys can reach out to me. And if you got any questions. So thank you so much for being here with me today. I appreciate all of you. Happy Friday, and I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you guys on Monday. Till then.